Why would you make this?
Hello, everyone. Welcome and thanks for listening. This is Why Would You Make This Season 3, The Asylum Years, the only podcast to cause its own pain by being in the wrong place at the wrong time when we ask the question, why would you make this? I am Jimmy Time. I'm joined by my co-host, Brother Skylar. How are you?
See what you did there with that opener. I like that.
What did I do?
It was kind of foreshadowing what happens later in the episode. I liked it. Also, I'm doing a little better because no bad things happened to me on this episode.
Yeah?
Nothing.
Oh,
I didn't
right.
have to see Disco. I didn't have to see Slick Johnson. It was pretty good.
Oh, all right. Well, we were also joined by Jay Delta, Wagwan.
Wagwan.
How do you feel about it?
This pay-per-view hurt me.
Oh, God.
Oh,
the
man.
pain was transferred.
Yeah.
Through the Delta waves.
I held my hands up and absorbed all the pain.
That's why I felt none.
There it is.
Thank you.
All right, so during Season 3, we are taking you through the National Wrestling Alliance Total Nonstop Action Weekly Pay-Per-View shows, now known as TNA The Asylum Years. This is episode 11, originally broadcasted on August 28th, 2002, live from Nashville, Tennessee, at the Fairgrounds Coliseum, now known as the Indiana Farmers Coliseum, still allegedly drawing 650 people in live attendance from last week, because this is still a taped episode.
I don't believe it.
No.
Nope. Does not look like that.
Well, they drew 650 people last week, and then some of them definitely petered out, and it's probably down to like 4 or 3 now. So, if you remember, August 5th, one day after the 9th pay-per-view, TNA's financial backers, Health South, canceled their deal with the company, and then TNA decides to film 2 episodes in one day, and then air a clip show on the 3rd week, and then have no show on the anniversary of 9/11, giving themselves a month to find a new financial backer. For viewers, this means that we're going to have about 3 weeks without live wrestling from TNA.
Whew. Yeah, I think I remember them saying that on commentary. He's like, I have an announcement about what the schedule is going to be like for a little bit. It's going to be weird.
On Monday, I go to the doctor. On Tuesday...
Oh, wrong list.
Nope, hang on. All right, so as per usual, episode 10 left us confused about the motives of the company and the direction of the characters. I think I got that backwards, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be explained in our crazy past.
Wait a minute. What happened that got you so crazy?
All right, so we got rid of a lot of storylines that were just not progressing and really seemed like they were just forgotten about.
Like my favorite one.
Yeah, well, I already explained it. We explained that, what happened already with that.
Right.
So first we have in the unranked division, Miss TNA Bruce has issued a standing open challenge for $5,000 to any woman who can beat him for the crown of Miss TNA. And next, Disco Inferno has promised to teach the NWA TNA with his new show Jive Talkin', although for a 3rd week in a row, I'm really not sure what his last show taught us at all.
Not to like Disco Inferno.
Or women, or like, it's a lot. So in the tag division, the Hotshots beat Cowboy James Storm and Wildcat Chris Harris to a bloody pulp on the 3rd pay-per-view show, but we don't know why, nor why the Hotshots pistol whipped the Not Yet AMW after their revenge match. However, James Storm does not have a cowboy gimmick. He is a cowboy. And both in and outside of the team, that seems to be everyone's real issue.
Well, don't just identify him by that. He's a person too, even though it's his title, the Cowboy James Storm, and
The Tennessee Cowboy.
Oh, did they add that? Did I miss that? Oh, God. All right, the X division. Glory Hog, disrespectful pervert or simple disagreement. After 10 weeks, it is both clear and not clear what is going on between AJ Styles and Jerry Lynn. I, of course, look forward one day to hearing the Dark Side of the Ring story, Peanut Butter and Ribs, the Jerry Lynn and AJ Styles story. And then also in the X Division, the Flying Elvises are the X Division, but that only applies to Sonny Siaki, who doesn't even like Elvis. And while Jorge Estrada seems to be enjoying every minute of it, Jimmy Yang has seemed to have had enough of it. And then, of course, finally, Low Ki is your new X Division champion. even though he won and retained it by questionable means.
It wasn't questionable.
He keeps fighting teams that fight each other. It's just like,
He
wow.
wins.
Yeah, but could he have done it if those teams were fighting each other? What if it was just one-on-one instead of three guys bumbling around into each other? Look, it's not my fault. Tanae keeps pointing it out. Like, it's the stories. That's the
I'm not arguing with you. I'm arguing with today.
All right, so and then last we have the World Division with his hatred of NASCAR subdued. Ron the Truth Killings is your new NWA Heavyweight Champion. It is currently unknown if he will continue to use his belt to hang people who disagree with his preachings of conspiracy, or if he will continue to rap. Next, after dramatically changing his gimmick and his name in order to distance himself from his father, Jerry Lawler, Brian Lawler is heavily focused on getting revenge on Jeff Jarrett for whatever it is Jarrett did to him.
I'm sure we'll find out this week.
Yep. That's just what they want you to think. Next, Monty Brown has come to TNA for the NWA Heavyweight Championship and is now focused on Ron the Truth Killings and Elix Skipper over their alleged false claims of racial discrimination. However, Brown cleanly lost to Killings in a title match, so his chances are over for now.
That's it.
Like, that's it. That storyline's about to get erased from this list. Next, another storyline that's very much in danger of being erased. Father James Mitchell wants control, but week after week, he seems to be losing more and more of it. I don't know where he is. His disciples are like fist bumping strangers and be like, yeah, we're Nazi friends now.
Oh,
I didn't even see him this week. Where is he?
Yeah. Finally, Jeff Jarrett will not be screwed over again like he already has been by Jackie Fargo, Scott Hall, Brian Lawler, NWA President Jim Miller, Toby Keith twice, NWA Authority figure Ricky the Dragon Steamboat twice, NWA Authority figure Bullet Bob Armstrong twice, NWA Vice President Bill Barons 3 times, James Mitchell and the New Church, and the Tennessee Titans. A lot of people. So that's like more than one person a week. Like,
yo. We're on episode 11.
Oh, also, maybe, allegedly, possibly, he has attempted to kill Jackie Fargo, Jim Miller, Todd Stone, Bill Barons twice, Scott Hall twice, and the entire NWA TNA security team several times.
That's loose attempted. He didn't, like, scream, I want to kill you like some people do.
No.
He also didn't pull a gun out like other people do.
Exactly. So let's give Jeff Jarrett a little credit here.
Some might argue he heroically stopped a gunman in one of the shows.
Me, I would say that.
Yeah.
All right, so it was filmed from last week, so no dark matches. So let's start the show.
Wow.
Hey, it was the riff at the end. So this show opens as Tanae welcomes us as we scan the crowd. He hypes the triple ladder match and then sends it to a video from earlier today. In the parking lot, Goldie asks Brian Lawler what Jeff Jarrett did to him. Brian says he's going to tell us what Jeff Jarrett did to him. And then Jeff Jarrett attacks from behind.
Sort of a mile away.
Yeah.
The two are broken up and Jarrett screams he doesn't know what this is about as cameras fade.
Well, he just keeps screaming like, this is the last time that I'm going to deal with you. The last time. The last time. And
Why
walks away.
did he attack him from behind then? I don't know what this is about. Ah, take that. I don't know what this is about. I gotta go. All right, segment 1, Kid Cash versus Amazing Red. Commentary wonders what the last segment was all about. So the match starts, and we actually have entrance music play for about 10 more seconds. Like they're circling each other, getting ready to tie up, and the music.
I feel like they were waiting for it to end.
Yeah.
It just wasn't happening.
So the first 2 minutes is them going back and forth with mostly arm drags. I believe, Brother Skylar, you coined it perfectly. Me and Delta have already used it in real life. It was wrestling small talk.
What's that?
That's what the opening in a match where they just do like that pointless wrestling. I like it.
Small talk. It just has to happen.
We used it in real life.
Sometimes it's good small talk. Sometimes it's just, you got to struggle through it.
Yeah. So on the outside, Red hits a suicide swanton splash, and then Cash follows it up with a Sabu.
Yes.
Yeah.
Folding chair right to the face.
No DQ?
Nope.
It's WCW rules. It's all right on the outside.
Like this whole show is like that.
Yeah.
This whole episode.
And I don't know if you guys noticed that swanton that Red hits, he really like mashed his face. He went right
Momentum.
into
Yeah,
the
completely
announce
over.
table.
He
Yeah.
flew over him and kept going off camera into the table.
So inside, Cash hits a diving springboard top rope clothesline. And just springboard inside top rope close. Boom.
Mm.
In the corner, Red goes for another a springboard top rope just diving kick. But Cash isn't in the right place.
Yeah.
And it looks real bad. And the whole match kind of sort of falls apart after
yeah,
this.
it does.
And also, almost every spot is followed with a 2 count. From this point on, every spot
Oh.
they do, it's 1, 2. All right, that's never.
I didn't even catch that. And I
No.
figure that Red was going for the springboard Rana there because he lands, awkwardly takes a step forward, and then jumps up
And
and
then
does
does the
Yeah.
move. Yeah.
So Cash reverses a reversal with a diving second rope clothesline and follows it up with a gut wrench power bomb that TNA calls a twisting power bomb. And I was surprised that the professor didn't know.
I was very surprised by that as well.
What the hell
It's
is
like, come
going-
on.
yeah.
If anyone should know.
Yeah.
Such a simple move, too.
Yeah.
The crowd is dead
Yeah.
at this point in the match. Red goes to the top, but yo, what the fuck?
Yo, I freaked
Kid
out.
Cash runs up the ropes to the top, grabs Red, lifts him up for a gorilla press, and then just tosses him off the top rope. Yo,
A gorilla press off the top.
off the wrestling's
I've-
over.
I've never-
No
I
one will ever
couldn't
do a greater move. It's wrestling's over.
I couldn't believe the control he had of him.
Yo,
I mean, I know Red is like
Red,
135
right,
pounds.
but it was
soaking
still so impressive.
yeah.
Whoa.
But then
The balance.
Yeah.
The balance
Yeah.
of doing that is
Right.
astounding.
it was amazing. But then after that, the two begin slapping each other.
Yeah.
Wrestling will never mean less. It's over.
Yeah.
It's dead.
And like, literally, like, fuck you slaps. Like, not even good chops.
No.
They're laying on the mat and fuck you, fuck you,
Like,
fuck
to
you.
the face and to
Yeah.
the like all over the place.
There's no oomph behind it.
It was just like a it was like a
Little-
hissy fight.
Yeah, little kids on a playground fight.
So then Cash, I guess, tries to bring everybody back into it by just once again running up to the top rope cleanly and then doing a turnaround frog splash.
Oh,
One
it was
move.
beautiful.
It was insane. It was absolutely insane. Kid Cash gets Red in the muscle buster position and then drops to his knees. That's the bankruptcy, his finisher, and the 3.
Elevated cradle neck breaker.
Post-match, Red extends his hand for respect, but Cash short arm clotheslines Red. And the SATs run out, beat down Cash, hit the Spanish Fly. Cameras miss it, but then Red hits his shooting star press. I think that's the infrared. And then Cash leaves. They roll out and they fade. Match length, 9 minutes, 28 seconds. Post-match segment, minute 20 seconds. Full opening segment, 12 minutes, 35 seconds. Thoughts?
I didn't like it.
No?
I thought it was a slow beginning. I thought Red, he's super quick. He was chain wrestling like Conan. He was like super slow. Everything was telegraphed
Right.
and just wasn't into it. I don't know why that was happening. And then after the botch, everything was just pretty much falling apart. There was a lot of cool spots, but the match itself, I just wasn't behind.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't have great chemistry together.
Yeah.
Like right from the get-go, you can see that it they're just not meshing well, just different styles, I guess.
Right.
And as for the finish, do you guys think SATs oversell their own finish too much?
Yeah, a bit.
Probably.
Like every time they hit it, they're selling it more.
Yeah, they're
than,
like arching backwards and shit.
You're
Like,
oh my chest, oh my god, I'm in.
you're supposed to be pressing the guy into the mat.
Yeah.
It's
They
not like,
they didn't even have a match.
Yeah.
That was their first bump.
Yeah, they run out and both of them hit that and are both like,
That's how much
"Oh!"
that move does to them.
their finisher.
Yeah.
Yeah. My thoughts are similar, which is while it may have arguably been if not one of the best matches of the night, still just something about it that didn't work.
Yeah.
Just something about it that was off.
And I will say this. This is the first match that ends in a run-in. Guess what happens for the rest of the night?
Oh my god! I didn't even keep track of that.
I also feel bad that Red's not getting chance. The SATs are getting chance the whole time.
Yeah, that whole thing is confusing because is he part of them or is he not? So
Yeah.
it's like
Tenay said it again. He was like, yeah, and him being involved in the SATs with them two, Jorge
Yeah.
and Jorge too.
Sure.
What are their names? Joel?
Joel and Jose.
Joel and Jose, yeah.
There we go.
All right. Segment 2, backstage, Goldilocks interviews Sonny Siaki about his singles match against Monte Brown later tonight. Sonny Siaki thinks wife beating is a good idea. Sonny Siaki is bigger than American football. Sonny Siaki has left the interview. Segment length, 1 minute and 28 seconds. My only thoughts are at least Sonny Siaki is consistently heel.
Yeah.
You said he didn't like Elvis, and he just proved that he liked one thing that Elvis did.
Yep. Yeah. That's how he brought it up. He said, I think Elvis was right with the whole smacking Priscilla thing. It's rough.
Also, did they sleep together, Sonny and...
That's the like Sonny Siaki is like implying that, like, because he's so hot.
He
like,
says, and you won't be able to have your way with me again.
right.
Again.
And I was like, oh, I think they did it. And he
Yeah,
left her.
maybe.
High and dry. And
Maybe.
that's what Sonny Siaki does.
Or that's what Sonny Siaki thinks he did.
Sonny Siaki's leaving the bedroom.
All right. Nothing happened, but you can walk away. All right, segment 3, Sonny Siaki versus Monte Brown for some sort of world title recognition.
Yeah, they're like,
The ranking.
tied for number 2. Just no one says it.
Yeah, but it's like, because he had the match and he lost.
Yeah, Sonny Siaki lost some matches, and
But no, but Monty
Brown's been
Brown,
winning.
yeah, he was the number 1 contender when he lost. So is he still number 1 contender even though he lost?
No, because he just lost.
Maybe they're both on the bottom, and this is like, all right, who's going to take a step up?
If
on the
he
bottom?
just proved he was better than him, then he should get the title match. Better than number 1 contender.
Yeah, but is he still number 1 contender even though he lost?
Who?
Monty Brown.
Oh no, he
So
would
then
be,
it-
he'd be
beating
next
him-
in line. He'd have to wait.
That's what I mean. Like, it doesn't. We're kind of jumping ahead, I think, a little bit, but yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So yeah, Monty Brown, who I have Monthly Brown here because I have terrible dyslexia. Monthly Brown calls out Jeff Jarrett for using a chair against him.
Everyone has a problem with Jarrett.
Brown says that when he gets his hand on Jarrett, he's not. He's going to use his bare hands instead of a chair, and he's going to hit an alpha bomb. And that's the whole promo. Start the match now. So Monte Brown overpowers Siaki and eventually throws him outside over the corner. Siaki turns around with a drop toe hold at the guardrail, but Brown immediately turns it back around, reversing an Irish whip into the guardrail. This is where I first noticed it. I don't know if you're under this, Skylar, but the ref is being super lax with everything. Every ref is like, yeah, 10 count, 500 count, what? Tag, you can stand wherever you want in tag. I don't care. If you don't,
Nobody's respecting the ref. He has
Le-
no power.
No.
Legal man doesn't matter. Chair shots don't matter.
I wrote it down
nothing.
here. I know referees' counts aren't literally by the second, but we go from the 19-minute and 45-second mark to the 21-minute and 25-second
Yo.
mark before anyone even tries to break the ref's count or anything.
Wow.
Like, it's just like, go for it.
I believe it.
Yo, all right, so we get a sidewalk slam, back elbow, corner, crossbody splash, double underhook suplex, stalling suplex. Monty Brown just can't get the 3. He just can't get it.
Yeah.
Don West says that Monty Brown has been dominating for the last 6 minutes of this match, but this match has been going on for 6 minutes. A rear chin lock somehow brings the crowd back into it.
That was a bicep squeeze.
Yeah, well, whatever.
I don't know what kind of move that was.
Yeah.
A submission, some sort of neck submission.
Yeah.
Siaki reverses into a DDT for a double down, and the crowd's dead again. Way to go, guys. You brought him back, and then you lost him.
I do not remember.
Immediately.
I do not remember this many moves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a lot.
I remember punches and punches and punches and punches and punches and punches and punches.
No, Brown really
Yeah.
unloads with everything. Early in the match too.
Oh.
Yeah, I was actually surprised when I saw him reverse the Irish whip and then do a fisherman suplex.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, fisherman from Monty. Monty Brown's like a power guy. You don't really see technical suplexes like that. So Monty Brown almost drops, but then hits the Alpha-lution.
I love that move.
Yo,
Just the name, actually.
I don't think anybody else in the roster could have saved that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The strength you need.
The strength you need to be like, oh, nope.
He's got that base.
Get him back on your shoulder and pulls off the evolution.
So he calls for the finish, Monty Brown does, but Jeff Jarrett interrupts and distracts. So Sonny Siaki hits a low blow on Brown and gets the 3.
Oh, running.
Post-match, I guess that's over now because the Masked Bullet and Bullet Bob Armstrong enter with security to keep Jarrett at bay from running away, I guess. Like, I don't know what their plan was because they didn't get him. They just went, "No, you don't, mister."
Double running.
And then Monty Brown attacks Jarrett against the guardrail when Brian Lawler
Triple running.
sneaks up from behind and chokes Jarrett with what I'm pretty sure is the Truth's belt.
Right?
Yeah.
That was Ron's Truth's belt.
Security has a very rough time breaking them apart. Match length 10 minutes and 14 seconds. Post-match segment 1 minute and 19 seconds. Full segment length 14 minutes and 3 seconds. My thoughts were siaking match, totally backwards, and also there was somehow too much going on. Despite it being boring, there was still too much going on.
Yeah.
Guys,
Siaki was jobbing that whole match.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that at all. And then I don't even know how, it was just a low blow, roll up.
Low.
Yeah.
Yeah. Siaki, first of all, Monty Brown's hitting all this stuff, and Siaki just sells everything just like a dead lump of shit. Like, he takes it and fucking starfishes everything.
Oh my God.
So Monty Brown has to keep picking him up, doing a big thing, dead Siaki again. And then, like you said, the whole thing's backwards. For whatever reason, Brown is putting Siaki in a rest hold. They do a double down, and then they go and do another double down seconds later. And then I'm pretty sure the ref blatantly sees that low blow as well, right?
Yeah, I mean,
No DQ,
No
apparently. I don't get it.
Everything was
No DQ. And then after Lawler attacks Jarrett at the end, I think Monty Brown's just like, all right, he's got it. And disappears.
I'm like, let's go. Yeah. It reminded me of I think it was the week before when Truth and Brian were beating up him, and Monty Brown was just kind of like standing in the corner, like half groggy, half like, all right, I'm just waiting for my chance to jump in, and he just kind of stood there and then left.
Oh, I guess I'll leave.
Well, Monty Brown said he was going to use his bare hands against him to get his revenge, not a chair. And he got his bare hands on him. And he was like, well, that was it. That was my
That was
revenge.
my revenge.
I just wanted to touch him.
Mission
That was
accomplished.
all.
Got my punches in.
Raw.
Tag, you're it.
Bare hands. Arr. Scratched them up and then I leave. All right, segment 4, we go to Red and the Suit, a.k.a. Don West and Mike Tenay. They question who is under the bullet mask. Triple ladder match for the X title tonight. And then later on, we're going to talk about our schedule over the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to Goldie with Slash. Segment length, 56 seconds. Thoughts?
Move on.
Move on. Okay. Segment 5, Goldilocks is backstage with Slash and his friend Cobain. Cobain.
Didn't he introduce it as his brother?
Oh, what?
I swear he introduces him as his brother.
Was it like a metaphorical, like my brother in
Maybe.
pain? Or
Maybe. I don't remember that. I remember he said they're not friends or something because there's no friends in hell or something. Only
right.
like
I made it up
people.
then.
Yeah.
Whatever. Maybe we just weren't paying attention to it because it was awful.
I hated it from the start.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Cobain lives for suicide.
Yo.
No.
He dreams about it.
No. Can it? Get rid of it.
Yeah. Stop.
Segment length, 1 minute and 9 seconds.
Oof.
Yeah.
He was talking about death and overdosing
I
and
want
death.
to overdose on my own.
No.
pain and-
No.
yeah.
Big no for me. Should have never been
Yeah.
on.
My only thoughts are, wait, where's Tempest? What happened to him? Wait, where's James Mitchell? What happened to him? Where are all these people? Why does Slash get to introduce a new member of the group?
Who is this guy?
You don't-
He doesn't even have gear on. He's just in a t-shirt and jeans. Wait, what's his gimmick? No, he's not working this show. Get out of here, you bum.
I have like a pretty bad quality when I watch mine, and I really thought it was Mike Awesome at first. With like really bad hair sitting there, I really thought it was him.
No, it's so much worse. Segment 6. The Backseat Boys, Johnny Cashmere and Trent Acid, R.I.P.
But
Oh, right.
Backseat Boys, didn't
What?
they work at VPW before?
Maybe.
Backseat Boys? That sounds familiar.
Dude, I want to say I was probably like what 20 something when this guy died. That was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, he died in like
okay.
2010.
Never mind.
He died
so-
pretty young. Yeah,
Maybe like one of the first shows. I don't know.
it's possible. I mean, he's from that area, so like
Yeah.
that's how like
Yeah.
100%. I remember that.
Trash.
Yeah, that show. I went to a wrestling show, and it was not a good wrestling show. I watched a man become paralyzed on that show, and then afterwards, it was just the Sandman just walking around the arena, desperately trying to find Trent Acid, just going Trent, Trent, like just looking for him, and just walking around back and forth. And then I just see Trent Acid walk. He's just going, hey. They put my hoodie in the toilet. Yeah, I don't know. I guess like when he came out, he took his hoodie off and the fans took it and put it in the toilet.
Oh.
He was just so upset. Yeah. All right. So Backseat Boys, Johnny Cashmere and Trent Acid, R.I.P., versus the Disciples of the New Church / and Cobain, who is Flash Flanagan.
That sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar, but that's about as far as it's gonna get. It's just gonna sound familiar.
Double F. All right.
Versus the Hot Shots, Chase Stevens and Cassidy O'Reilly, versus Cowboy James Storm and Wildcat Chris Harris.
Pew pew pew.
Woo! Here we go. TNA explains what's happening in TNA's future next week, which is September 4th. We get the Special X Best of the X division with live interviews from wrestlers. The week after is 9/11, so no show out of respect. Because I don't believe that's why they did it.
I don't think so either.
Yo, isn't it amazing to think back in 2002 you could be like, we're not going to have a show because of 9/11. And now, in the year of our Lord 2021, people are like, come on down to our 9/11 sale. 20% off.
Get a free flag
Yeah.
that's strapped with fireworks. Like, I forget how bad the world is anymore. So then on September 18th, we're going to have the Gauntlet for the Gold tag match where the final two will have their partners rejoin for a singles tag match, just like a regular tag match, which will crown the new tag champion.
Huh?
A tag team Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Oh, they keep talking about the rules and the stipulations to this entire match.
Oh, I didn't. Whew. All right, so the match starts, and there's a lot going on here. So I'm kind of just going to try to mention the spots, but even the spots are big. So the match starts with Cashmere and O'Reilly, but we get a quick tag out to Trent Acid, who's Cashmere's partner. So it's like immediately we get the, partner versus partner. What's going to happen? Like they did not let that go.
Damn it, Russo. I hate this. I hate everything about that.
Except we don't get partner versus partner because they just like avoid each other's moves and high five each other as the crowd chants "Hardy wannabes."
Oh, is that what they were
That's what they were
saying?
chanting. Yeah, because they had wet, long black hair and black jeans and like lycra
guess.
netting shirts and some sort of metal necklace, which is what the Hardy Boys looked like in that era.
Yeah.
So to the outside, yo, what a mess. Acid and Cassidy moonsault off of opposite turnbuckles to splash the other teams on the outside of the ring, which is shortly followed by Cashmere, who comes off the top rope with a corkscrew splash, and then Stevens hits a shooting star press.
A shooting funk press.
Yeah, he almost
Yo,
kills himself.
My God, he comes down on the top of his head onto
On
the
top of
crap.
another guy's head. Yeah.
You know how Fox does that dive straight down? He did that shooting star press style.
I never seen someone break two necks with one shooting star press.
Yo, it was amazing as it was horrible. So in the ring, we get like Tanae's having a bad day because in the ring, Slash, he does a Hangman's neck breaker, which was the Hangman's neck breaker,
Okay.
Yeah.
but they call it the Slash and Burn. But that's
Alright.
that airplane spin that he
Yeah.
does. So it's like, Tanae, where are you? What are you
Oh,
doing?
I didn't even notice.
Even
Yeah.
he's checked out.
Exactly. But the Hangman neckbreaker is Slash's finisher, so the Backseat Boys are gone. That's it. So then we get the Hot Shots with a sandwich dropkick to Harris, who turns it around and gets back in control, and then boom, low blow right in front of the ref. And you know what that means? Nothing, because he tags out to Cobain.
No DQ. every
Yeah,
single
I
match.
don't understand it. So after another giant clusterfuck of a spot, but this time between Storm, Cobain, and Cassidy, it ends with Storm pinning Cassidy, and then the Hot Shots are now out.
Oh, I missed that. Dude, I watched this match twice, and both times I was like, when did they get eliminated?
There was this real big clusterfuck between Cobain, Storm, and Cassidy, like in the corner, like on the top, like it was like a weird, like I'm gonna reverse your reversal into a DDT that reverses this guy's pin now.
Oh,
You're like, what the? Okay.
That might have been right after Cobain just tossed himself out of the ring for no reason,
think so,
and
yeah.
nobody caught him.
No. I'm not sure. Oh, no, I think it's still coming up, actually.
He lives for suicide.
So,
Yo, we didn't think that meant you just kill yourself mid-match.
we didn't think this through at all. So Slash does his slash and burn, the crucifix airplane pin,
Yeah.
but or airplane spin.
He
but
does it to James Storm, and who later steals it.
yeah, but Tenay already called the move, so he's just leaves it dead.
Oh,
Dead
he
air.
looked at us. Oh, that's the.
And this is where the Cobain does a top rope senton to the outside, and they don't even follow it up with a pin. They just like, yep, that happened. I'm gonna throw Cobain in the ring now.
He was lucky enough to just miss the mat.
Yo, I love that Slash picks up Cobain by the hair. He's like, "You lump of shit!"
Yeah.
And throws him in the ring.
And we never saw him again.
Yo. So fans chant DOA, DOA as Brian Lee and Ron Harris come to commentary.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Third match in a row.
They complain about not being in this match and thus presumably not in that tag gauntlet tournament thing that's going to happen. Tenay points out, you guys lost your match because you were distracted by a fan. In the ring, Chris Harris gets the hot tag as Brian Lee mentions that he has not been sleeping well and he is on extreme edge.
He said, "Don't touch me. I haven't been sleeping well as it is."
I think he said, don't look at me.
No, I thought he said, "Don't touch me."
Oh, okay. Lee and Ron say that if they're not in the tag gauntlet, they're going to put themselves in it. Storm goes for, I'm presuming, Storm goes for his finisher, which is the swinging Hangman's DDT, but Slash goes for his finisher, which is the Hangman's neckbreaker, but then Harris goes for his finisher, which is the swinging side slam, and finally that's the three. So, not yet AMW are the winners there. Post-match, Brian Lee and Ron Harris run in and beat everyone up, including the eliminated competitors who come back out just to get thrown out over the top rope.
To get beat up.
Yeah, making it absolutely clear that these two men should be in this match. Tenay makes it super clear by saying that the match winners, Storm and Harris, are going to be the last competitors to enter the gauntlet for the gold for the tag titles. They got like the super position.
Yeah, I know. They said it 6 times during the match.
Match length, 12 minutes and 53 seconds. Post-match segment, 1 minute and 44 seconds. Full segment length, 18 minutes and 1 second. Thoughts?
Comparatively, for me,
Yeah.
it was the best match so far I saw.
Wow.
I also thought it was like way too long and bad.
Yeah.
Yo, what a total... Like, right from the get-go, when the Backseat Boys start doing, like, their fake fight against each other.
Ooh, nobody bought that.
Yeah, and they're, like, high-fiving, and they do-si-do at one point, but then they run and do, like, a double drop kick in the corner to the Disciples,
Right.
but only to one of them.
Right.
Like, they both just drop kick Slash, and then Cobain just goes, all right, and watches it happen. The whole thing is just, like, start to finish a disaster. And then at the end, when Harris and Lee come out and attack, here come the Backseat Boys. Okay, then they get beat up. Hot Shots come out and start attacking not yet AMW. And then Harris and Lee are like, no, we're going to beat you up anyway.
All right, well, I'm glad that you caught that, because then at least we do have an established storyline of, for some reason, still, the Hot Shots really hate the AMW.
Something's going on there.
Also, there's an established storyline that every time AMW wins,
Yes.
they got to get beat up
Yes,
after.
I'm so glad you also caught that.
Every time.
Every time. It's amazing. Yeah, outside of that, which is one of my thoughts, the only other thought I have is this match was to sell another match that won't happen for 20 days.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to forget
And they
about it.
talked about it so much.
Yeah. They talked about it so much, I actively tried to ignore it. And then 20 days are going to go by, and I'm going to be like, oh, I forgot all these
I don't
the
remember
rules.
any
And,
of
who
this.
cares?
Oh, it's an over-the-top battle royal? Okay, fine.
It's even less, yeah. All right, segment 7. Jeff Jarrett confronts Bob Armstrong backstage. Jarrett does not like how Bob Armstrong is running the company, but Armstrong says Jarrett is going to get everything he deserves later tonight. Jarrett says he's going to beat up Armstrong's surprise, and then he's going to beat up Armstrong. Segment length, 47 seconds. My only thoughts were that I saw the Jive Talking set in the background, and it made me sick.
No, that's what that was. Ugh.
I hate this kind of promo where it's just two guys be like, I'm gonna beat you up. Well, no, I'm gonna beat you up. Yeah, well, if you do this, I'm gonna whoop your butt. Well, then I'm gonna double whoop your butt.
Let's settle this later.
Yo, how many times you ever see someone like cut someone off in traffic and both guys pull over, they just yell at each other for 5 minutes? They're like, I'll meet you at the bar at 8 p.m. for a fight.
It's all about the dance.
I've seen that before. It didn't make sense when I saw it, but I saw it.
Also happened in Tennessee.
Yo, remember that time? We were at work. At fucking work. And when you go to work, it's just a clusterfuck of independent contractors that have to sign in. So you just stand online, you get to the place, you sign your name and your department and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, one day, I don't know what the problem was, but this guy just walks up to the table. He's like, I want to sign in. He's like, guy's like, okay, just get in line. He's like, no, I'm here. I want to sign in now. And he was like, yeah, everybody wants to sign in, get in line. And then, I don't know, I blinked. And all of a sudden, the table was in the air, and these two guys were just like chest into each other. You motherfucker!
I remember that.
Yo,
Yes.
yo,
Very
Is that
intense.
what happens when you stay up all night doing coke?
Yeah,
Yes.
Wake up, have a beer, and go to work?
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I've been with those people. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Spot on.
It is dangerous.
Spot on. I was like, no, thank you. I did it one night with them. Not all of that. I was just working
there.
all
No,
night
you
with
just-
them,
yeah.
witnessing what they were doing. And I was like, how do you do this? And I was like, oh, that's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
No
yeah.
thanks.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I remember the whole time all I could think of, like, it's like, I think he's still going to work today. Like, you walk up to the sign-in table, assault the boss, and you're like, all right, I'm going to go punch it. I got to go to work. Like,
Didn't he work that day?
I don't know.
Maybe he just showed up was like, how am I going to get out of work today?
Yo, every time I tell that story, that is the first thought the person I tell it to has, and it must be what happened. He must have been, like this guy was saying, just coked up and hung over, and he's like, what if I just threaten to punch the boss? He'll send me home, right? Like,
It's better than saying I can't come in.
it is. Yo, you say you can't come in, you look like a jerk. You show up and threaten to punch somebody,
Yeah.
go home. You're trouble.
Yep. He's always willing to come into work. He's an asshole, but he's always willing to come into work.
How bad is the industry? Oh, God. All right, segment 8. Bruce versus April Hunter for the Miss TNA crown.
And $5,000.
Oh, yeah, also $5,000. Not that I believe anyone has that much money in this company. So we get a promo. Bruce thanks the fans for supporting him. The men want him, and the women want to be like him, just like Mike Tenay's wife. I don't know why that's the running gag, but it is. April Hunter isn't woman enough to fight Bruce. The crowd chants hate slurs the entire
Yeah.
time,
Oh, I missed
which
that.
streaming bleeps, which means they also bleep the promo.
Oh, I missed
so
that.
We can, yeah, well, you had the pay-per-view live version, so they didn't bleep anything.
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
Because nobody cared about
I
bleeping
don't
that
think
you
so.
suck this or you're
Oh, I
ass
heard
or-
you suck dick. Yeah.
I don't know if they said the F word.
In the what was it, Sonny Siaki match, they were calling him a flying monkey.
Oh,
I thought that was weird.
Okay.
Yeah, literally from the get-go of his promo, but before he even starts talking, all you hear on the stream version, beep, 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 beep.
It's when the show's broadcast accidentally hooked into the hospital next door.
Yeah. Guy's got an irregular
Somebody's
heartbeat.
heart monitor, yeah. So the match starts, and April immediately takes control, knocking Bruce around, sending him outside with a very powerful flying head scissors. According to Tenay, which he's been wrong many times, so I just want to question this, April is known all across the country for her physical fitness.
Okay, before we go any further on that sentence,
Yeah.
I have a question
Mm-hmm.
because I thought she was a pretty decent and solid worker.
Okay.
I thought she was a pretty good looking woman.
Okay.
I didn't know why WWE wouldn't sign her.
Okay.
Did she do porn or something?
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, did she do like naked modeling or something?
I mean, I feel like if I looked, I could find something.
Oh,
Like,
okay. Because I don't understand why WWE wouldn't pick her up unless there was something they didn't want to touch.
There might have been something like that. I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
I don't know anything about her enough to know why we haven't seen her.
So it's just, what is it? Fitness modeling? What are you saying?
just fitness model.
All right.
I don't know if that's she is a fitness model, but she's known for her physical fitness.
Is it fitness model or fitness model in quotation marks?
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is this Russo saying it?
I don't know. I did not look into it.
And where's Dreadlock Man? What's his name?
And Ferrara?
Yeah, where's Ferrara? He's not here again.
No, he's done. That's like, it's
Oh.
over, I guess. I don't know. All right, yeah. So back inside the ring, Bruce takes over by tossing April by the hair, stalling suplex. Bruce pretty much reverses everything of what little offense April does. Powerbomb ends it. That's it. Gets 3. Post-match, Bruce goes to remove April's top almost reluctantly.
And then
April's boyfriend, boo! Silk Wagner Brown makes the save.
another run-in.
Promo, minute 15. Match length, 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Post-match segment, 30 seconds. Full segment, 7 minutes, 45 seconds. Thoughts?
Wasn't a bad match.
Yeah, once again,
Wasn't a bad match.
Bruce has probably one of the, not much to go by, but one of the best matches of the night.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great. Like, April's opening shine is, like, quick and sloppy, and, you know, it's not super clean, but it's quick, and it's better than most of the other matches we've
Exactly,
seen.
yeah.
I thought she could have had a little more.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I will say, you know, at one point, Bruce does a springboard sunset flip.
Oh, man. I thought he was going to die.
Yeah,
Oh.
100% thought he was going to die.
That looked like it was like an untrained athlete doing a springboard for the first time in their life.
Yeah. He only landed 1 foot, and then he almost didn't clear her.
Yeah. And then, you know, him just up clean with a power bomb was kind of like, eh.
Yeah, I thought it looked like this was going to be the match where it's like his first real competition.
Yeah.
But it really still, like, it was his first wrestler that he fought, arguably,
Yeah.
I wouldn't argue that she was competition in that
Yeah.
sense. My only other thoughts about this is I don't know where this is going to go, because not to assume gender, but there's no way Bruce is going to fight a man.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, considering how they're doing it, it's like, I don't know. Well, post-segment, TNA mentions that there's a world title match between The Truth and Brian Lawler later tonight.
Oh, yeah. He did say that.
Oh, yes, that...
It didn't make any sense to me.
I forgot about that. He did say that. What was that about?
I don't know. I couldn't understand it.
Okay. I do remember that happening. And then at some point, I'm watching the pay-per-view, and I saw with you know...
How
I was
much
like,
time was left?
yeah, how much time was left. I was like, okay, well, I guess it's going to be a quick... No, just never comes.
Yeah. All right, segment 9. Goldilocks is with the remaining Flying Elvises. Jimmy Yang keeps getting Elvis references wrong. Sonny Siaki shows up and says that you, the viewer, are likely to lose your hair no matter what you do, and Sonny Siaki has left the interview. His segment length, 1 minute and 12 seconds. I wasn't really too sure what the point of that promo
Yeah.
was.
I don't know why Sonny just showed up to take a shot at Hulk Hogan. I thought that was really weird.
I don't know what that was. My only thought about any of this is a kayfabe question, which is kayfabe. What do you think happened between every meeting before Sonny Siaki, Jimmy Yang, and Jorge Estrada, where Jorge was like, no, you guys got to give it time. This Elvis thing is really going to get over. You got to give it, like, kayfabe-wise. How did he convince these two other wrestlers, a guy who clearly hates Elvis and a guy who clearly is indifferent and doesn't understand Elvis, to be a part of this?
Who
And,
was
like,
just 100% high.
right. Like, he was just like, yeah, sure, I'll be Elvis. I'll be Scooby-Doo. I'll give you Scooby-Doo.
He told them they were pitching to Russo, and Russo would dig that gimmick.
I just can't, like, I just imagine every time Sonny Siaki just being like, Jorge, listen to me. Elvis died 4 years before Jimmy was born. We've given this enough time. It's not going to get over. Like, it's done.
Yo, how much money did they spend on that gear, though?
Yo. That's the worst part, is he's saying that as he's putting the sideburns on.
Yeah, Jorge's like
Jumpsuit.
growing out the sideburns more and more.
Yeah.
He's got the glasses now. He's like completely getting immersed into the gimmick.
All right, segment 10, the SATs versus the Flying Elvises. Once again, thanks to my debilitating dyslexia, I continually write their name down as the Flying Evils. So the match starts with 3 minutes of wrestling small talk between Estrada and Joel. And then finally, they follow it up with the Elvises doing a double acai moonsault onto the SATs on the outside there.
Like a perfectly timed, double picture perfect acai moonsault.
Do you know how hard that is to do?
Yeah.
I don't know how many people
but
have
yeah.
like ran the ropes with someone else at the same
Yo.
time, but if you do that wrong, it hurts and it's
Yeah.
awkward.
Oh, if
you
you do
just
that-
lose momentum.
Yeah, if you do that wrong with a moonsault,
With a moon- yeah,
you
you're-
just kill a man.
Yeah, you just said.
You can't do anything.
No.
You're just gonna fall. Ugh.
Yeah, it was
Or
very
you-
impressive.
It might have like the trampoline effect where you just shoot them into the third row.
So Estrada does what used to be his finisher, the Road to Graceland, the steamroller into a springboard moonsault, but TNA doesn't call it, and it's a clean 2 kick out. So, like, I guess his finish is over now, because that was early
Yeah.
in the match.
No reaction to it either.
No,
He was just
not
like,
that
oh,
it-
he kicked out of that move. Better go to the next. It wasn't
Right.
like, what?
This TNA is dead. Super high flying leg lariat by Yang.
Ooh, that was
Mm.
amazing.
He-
He's so good.
He was still in the air by the time Joel hit the mat. He was still flying.
I like every time I look at Yang, it looks like he's just like casually doing, like he's not trying.
Yeah.
He's just stoned, having a good time, and just looking better than everybody else in the ring.
You can't overthink a move if you can't think
Yeah.
because you're too fucking high.
Exactly.
TNA says that the SATs are no longer taking the bus 17 hours both way. They're jet flyers now.
I do not believe that for an instant.
Nope. It would both explain why they have no money, but also never be believable enough. So the SATs hit some double moves, but the crowd is either dead bored or giving this New Japan level respect. I'm pretty sure it's not the latter.
Yeah, no.
A new move by Estrada, a corner assisted neckbreaker, the Love Me Tender, but Estrada tags in Yang, and then Yang does a suplex into a swinging neckbreaker, so it's like, well, I guess it's just another move you
Yeah.
do, even though you're giving it a name. Like,
You
I feel
gave
like
it a
it's my
name.
finisher, the Love Me. No, it's just a thing I do sometimes. Tags during this match, once again, are very loose. The ref is just, whatever you want to do. They're standing in the middle of the ropes, like just in the middle of the apron, no
Yeah.
tag, just, yeah, you're in, who cares? Another new move, all shook up, is a hip toss into a neck breaker off the top rope by Estrada. Again, not a pin, no fin.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, what? What do you name these moves for? The ref gets distracted by Jorge Estrada as the SATs go for the Spanish Fly, but Sonny Siaki enters, pulls the SAT's leg, and then Yang completely misses his Yang time.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they do a move
It was
off of the top rope.
it
and
was
get a
his
3.
finisher from before, just from the top.
What is the?
It's like a twisting suplex.
Yeah, but it doesn't, because you have the
It's
suplex,
a Yang illusion.
but then he like twists him for like a sit out, like reverse DDT.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
that before, and then now he did it off the top.
Yeah, but like Joel didn't know what was going on, so he kept his arm on the neck, like even after the bump. It looked so weird.
did.
It was
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
but
not
that's
saying
the
it did.
3. That's post match. I feel so bad for him. Post match, Sonny Siaki is on the ramp, clearly embarrassed by the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just like you can see him thinking about how he can get a new career.
He's already on his way.
Don West says they couldn't have done it without Sonny Siaki, but Danae counters with, yeah, I don't know about that. Post-match, match length, 14 minutes and 21 seconds. Post-match segment was 15 seconds, just him looking on. And then the full segment was 17 minutes and 25 seconds. Yo, garbage.
What a mess.
Terrible.
Move after move after move. At one point, when they were chaining, he did a power slam, and kind of hooked the leg, and the ref went down. He just stood up and just didn't do the pin. I'm like, why is no one pinning or like doing anything?
Yo, if you call that wrestling small talk, they were talking in 2 different languages.
Right?
Yeah.
Because oh my gosh, like everything was miscued. Like every kick they took, there was an extra second before the sell. There was this weird, like, they're running the ropes and like, leapfrog drop down. Estrada just does a moonsault drop down.
Oh my god, the
For
moonsault,
no
what, pancake drop down?
reason.
No.
Ugh.
That's a big no for me as well.
Yeah, everything was just sloppy, miscued. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but at one point, Yang hits like a snap, like a off the ropes, running like snap leg drop. And then I think there's a leg drop chant that happens from the crowd. I'm pretty sure that's what they were
Leg
chanting.
drop.
And then the Siaki run in.
Yeah.
Like, the ref doesn't see it, but Siaki runs in, and then I would see the ref like turn around and go, "Oh, he's there? Yeah, let me turn back to Estrada then."
Is that the 5th run in now?
Yeah, I
In
don't
a
know.
row?
However many oh, wait.
That's the 5th in a row?
Bruce and oh no,
Jeez.
yeah, every
Yeah.
match.
Every match so
my
far.
God. Oh my god.
Holy crap. Yikes.
Yeah, that match went a little too long. Lost all its momentum.
Yeah.
It was sloppy. Yeah, I didn't like
Right.
it.
Yeah.
I thought some of it was good. I thought Yang was good. But
Yang is phenomenal. Everything the guy does is just casually great.
All right, segment 11. Goldilocks is in the ring.
ugh.
And she gives a very weak introduction to Brian Lawler.
I don't know why she's there.
Brian enters looking pissed. The American pissed, not the British pissed. Goldie says, "Brian, you clearly have issues. So now's your chance to let them out." Brian calls Goldie a whore for showing cleavage and tells her to leave.
Cleavage and tight pants.
And right, and tight pants. Brian eggs the crowd into booing and then physically threatens them. He gives Jarrett 5 seconds to show up, but the truth comes out and blames Brian for the chair shot last week that was inadvertently caused by Jarrett.
And the truth got his belt back. He's wearing that belt now.
So are they friends, aren't they? The truth says, accident, nothing. I was hit by a chair. You were holding it. End of story. Brian says, it ain't gotta be like that. This isn't about us. This is about my girlfriend.
So that's what Jarrett did. It has something to do with his girlfriend.
Yes. Brian then beats up a photographer in the crowd while the girlfriend says, it wasn't me, it was him, and encourages the fight.
Yep.
But he also doesn't really beat the photographer up. He just shoves him out of the chair.
He like very awkwardly tries to get over the guardrail in front of him where there's no room.
Yo,
Yeah, and then just pushes him.
he like needed a step ladder to get over
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Segment length, 8 minutes and 11 seconds. My only thoughts were, ooh, I was so close, but so far. Because I thought that the fan who kept pulling the chair from him was going to be his girlfriend in a domestic dispute, but it turns out, no, it's a different domestic
No.
dispute with a different girlfriend. And then Brian's girlfriend is April Pennington, yet another TNA dancer turned character, turned back into dancer once the segment is over. Kind of like Lollipop, the one black cage dancer that we've seen on the show so far.
Oh yeah.
Or like Athena, who you've probably seen signs for her in the crowd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
She's like a
every
local
other week.
talent. Yeah, she's a
Oh,
local
okay.
talent, but they signed her as a ring girl. You'll notice it if you'll see like a girl in a dress, mildly attractive, just taking stuff away from the ring as the match starts.
I saw it
That's-
before.
Yep, that's Athena. That's what the only person that fans have been bringing signs for consistently. We're gonna use her as a non-character.
They'll get there.
Yeah, after they're over it. That's the problem. They wait like fucking 40 weeks and they stop bringing signs? Well, why? We like those signs. Let's put her out there and see if we can get
Yeah.
the signs back again. You morons. Segment 12, Jeff Jarrett versus The Bullet. They recap last week's entire segment where Jeff Jarrett beats up The Bullet thinking it was Bullet Bob Armstrong, but Bob Armstrong comes down the ramp with a chair. But wait a minute, who's in the mask?
It's the other Armstrong. Nobody knows, really?
So, TNA claims like, well, not that him, but like they talk about how this match, the last week's match, against the Bullet, was unscheduled and unsanctioned, and I just like, guys, what, like, come on. There was time left on the card. They filmed it. They broadcasted it.
Yeah.
Who's hijacking the production truck?
Yeah.
If you guys aren't sanctioning
They
this.
came out with nameplates, like
That's like screaming World Star before you film something and post it. Like, it's like, no World Star culture. That's you. You're doing that.
So is this one unsanctioned as well?
Yo, I don't know. I guess this is the legal one. I don't.
Oh, so it's but
How
there's
much-
no DQ in this.
How much of what happens is sanctioned is the real
It's
question.
hard to tell. I feel like every time an authority figure comes out to be like, these are the rules, some guy goes, yeah, those could be the rules if I didn't hate your guts. And they're like, well, then I hate you too. It's like, and then nothing else gets solved throughout the night. All right, so the match starts, and Jarrett knocks the Bullet around outside as fans willingly hand Jarrett their chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Commentary seems to almost agree with Jarrett in that he keeps taking everything the NWA management throws at him, but then they keep taking title shots and titles away from him. It's like, all right, so maybe, I guess Jarrett is the good guy
Yeah,
now.
I guess Jared has
Yes.
a point.
Fans like him, commentary's on his side, sort of, okay.
He's in every segment.
Yeah.
So Jarrett handcuffs the Bullet to the ropes and then grabs a mic and says, it's time to demask him. Bob Armstrong comes out for the save, but for some reason, after one chair shot, the ref tries to reason with Bob Armstrong, and then Jarrett just wails Bob with a chair as he's distracted. Twice, 2 times, whack. The crowd chants, please don't die!
Oh,
Please
no.
don't die!
No, they were saying one more time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then after that, they were chanting, please don't die. After the 2, they hit him, and then, all right, now don't die.
We regret for asking that.
We went too far.
And then Bob very clearly blades.
Yeah.
Jarrett gets on mic again and says, it's time to demask him. But NWA security comes out, and then we cut to commentary, and the segment just ends.
The same thing happened for me. It was very weird. I don't know what happened.
I was sitting there going, yo, who got shot? Why'd they cut that segment
Yeah.
short? But no, live PPV,
Yeah.
same thing.
It just cut right to
Wow.
commentary. I was like, even the audio is different. Like the crowd has calmed down. What just happened?
Yeah. So recap length, 53 seconds. Match length, I mean, there's no bell to end the match, so I just call
Yeah,
it.
there is.
No.
Yeah, no, there's a bell after he chair shots Bob Armstrong.
What?
I
Oh.
swear to you.
Huh.
I swear. He's the mass bullet.
That's so deep.
He hits a chair, takes another chair, boom. He uses like 4 different chairs on the mass bullet, but when Bob Armstrong gets hit, the rest like, that's too much.
Oh.
You can't use a chair on someone not in the match.
Well, apparently, if I was the ref, I would have called it from when the handcuffs went on Bullet, because that's what I called here, which was a
Alright.
minute and 40 seconds. But
Alright.
anyway, the full segment was 7
Yeah.
minutes and 22 seconds, which this was basically like a promo anyway, so you get the full 7 minutes. Your thoughts on this at all, or?
Why am I watching this? I don't. Yo,
Bullet Bob ran in.
That's your thoughts.
Another running.
He sure did a run.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did.
Another running.
All
yo,
right.
and he's got some shit punches.
Yeah, he does.
Yo,
They're bad.
I,
Those horrible, like, Southern punches look bad to begin with. Oh my god, old man Southern
They
punches are
gave you
10
so
times.
much leeway back then, though.
Yeah.
I watched that match in regular time, and I was like, those are some bad punches. And then I watched it a second time, a little sped up, and that part happened again. I'm like, those are still bad punches. They still look slowed down and
Those are
bad.
some of the fastest bad punches I've seen.
They almost look normal speed. Double time.
All right, segment 13, Don West super hype. I think has no point anymore.
Yeah.
Next week is the best of the X Division, featuring interviews with Jerry Lynn, AJ Styles, and Low Key, and more. I don't think they say and more, but there's more than that.
Yo, pay $10 next week for a clip show.
Sorry for the clip show.
They do pretend to progress storyline at the end, but it is a hard pretend.
What an insult.
Next is the greatest match the world will ever see. Triple ladder match. Segment length, 1 minute and 18 seconds. As I already said, there's almost no point to these anymore.
I like the sign that was behind him.
What was that?
I didn't.
Don West sold my other sign. I like that one.
Like,
So the two people with signs in the arena are Athena and Don West. Although, I will say at one point, earlier in the show, I noticed a sign that Nashville needs gun control.
That was during James Storm's entrance.
all right. It's time for the main event, which means it's time for the best hour.
Our favorite hour.
Our favorite hour. The Troy McClure Hour. Oh, hello there, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from the introduction videos of such regrettable investments as NFT you later, all of my money. Or money sink or swim. How to stay above water in the cryptocurrent.
Yeah.
Today, we're here to talk about the best way to see all your hard work mean nothing. All right, so we are at the point where both AJ Styles and Low Ki have no history left in their current career. As of 2002, they haven't done anything else. We're in their present. So I can't talk about anything that they have done because they did it all already. It's done.
Wow.
Dude, they started wrestling like 5 years ago, and after 10 episodes, I can't talk anything else about them.
So that's it for the rest of the...
Yeah, maybe I'll talk about post TNA stuff they do, like the future,
God.
our past, but their future. I don't know, man.
That's
yeah.
too complex.
I know, this whole segment's dead. But Jerry Lynn began wrestling in 1988. In 1992, he began wrestling in Japan, but he came back to the States to play an unnamed high school senior in the Stephen Baldwin film Crossing the Bridge.
What? Wait, what? Wait, what?
He was in a movie, yeah. In 92, he was in a movie.
Jerry Lynn.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry. He played unnamed high school senior and was a stunt coordinator. Or a stunt man, anyway, not a coordinator.
It's useful.
He returned to Japan in 1993 and went to Mexico in 1994 under a mask as Sultan Gargola. In 1995, he returned to Japan under a mask as Golgotha Cross, which was a villain from the Tiger Mask manga.
Oh.
But he would lose the mask a month later. And that's where I'm going to end it, because in the second half of 95, he goes to WCW. I'll pick that up next time. So segment 15, we recap last week's 3 matches between Styles and Lynn and how it all ended in a tie. Whew, what a match. Everything they did was a spot that was worth highlighting, like all of it.
There was a lot that
Yeah.
happened.
There was a lot, yeah. I mean, it starts off with, like, they're trying to tell a story, Low Ki and Lynn are fighting, Styles gets the ladder, and then they realize he has the ladder, so they run out, and one gets hit with the ladder, the other one doesn't.
I thought that was a creative spot. I really liked that one.
It was good. And then they go back inside, springboard kick, Lynn comes in, hits a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. You know how it is. They all got to hit their moves in real quick. What do we got here? AJ breaks up Jerry Lynn's surfboard stretch to Low Ki by bulldogging Low Ki out of it.
Yes.
Yo, I loved it.
Great.
Low Ki picks up Styles for the key crusher, but runs Styles into Lynn, who's laying in the corner, like just crashes into him. Yo, it was so beautiful. Outside, this was so complicated. Outside, Styles sets up a ladder across the apron and the guardrail. And then Low Ki and Styles start fighting on top of that ladder, like who's going to put who through. And then Lynn just climbs up, grabs them both by the face, jumps off, and smashes them face first into the ladder.
That was creative and not going too over the top because it was the first ladder spot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I wasn't crazy about it, but
You had to start small
yeah.
and build up.
A camera shot reminds us that the goal of this match is to get the hanging belt, and that the
right.
ladders are not just legal weapons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
Well, everything's been a legal weapon this whole
Well,
night.
yeah, this has been a
unless
crazy
you use
night.
it against Bob Armstrong.
Yes.
That's too much.
That was the one DQ of the night. Jesus Christ.
That's crazy.
You can't hit a man not in the match.
Styles is whipped towards a ladder in the corner and runs up and moonsaults over Lynn and then grabs him and goes for a tornado DDT up off the ladder, but Lynn reverses that and Northern lights him into the ladder.
That was a great spot.
Yeah.
And these guys are bouncing off these ladders. Oof.
Low-key goes for his cartwheel jumping kick, but Lynn grabs him, reverses it into a powerbomb onto the ladder, but Low-key reverses that into a Hurricane Rana.
Yes.
Into the ladder.
And yeah, into the ladder. Yes, of course,
my
into the
God.
ladder. Yeah, I don't think the ladder's not in play. Both men are on top. Low-key kicks Styles off the ladder, and Styles gets stuck upside down.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone caught in a trio O in the ladder.
Yeah.
Right.
That was really cool.
So then this is the confusing part to me. So then Low-key just gets off the ladder and starts just kicking the shit out of Styles.
Lost the psychology of a ladder match there for a bit.
Forget, he was like, no, I don't want the win. I want to kick.
But I gotta tell you, those low-key kicks,
Yeah.
he kicked him real hard in the chest like 2 or 3 times. And then that last one, he aimed for his face.
Oh, yeah.
And he kicked him straight like in the cheekbone.
Yeah.
That
I was
some
like, why are you so mean? What the hell?
That's probably a receipt or something. Styles throws the ladder in the ring and it hits Lynn in the head.
Yeah.
Right in the face, like
Oh, yeah. Like
over the
speared
top.
him.
He
Yeah.
threw it over the top rope into the ring. All right, so here's like, this is the end spot now. All 3 ladders are set up. Low-key with a dragon sleeper to Styles on top of the ladder, like across 2 or 3 of them. Lynn breaks it up.
I would have just snuck up behind them.
Yeah, there's there's some logic there that I'm not with. But Lynn breaks it up, and then all 3 get off onto their individual ladder. Lynn in middle pushes the 2 of them with their ladders away, but they both stay on the ladder, bounce back into the middle, and then he does it one more time, but this time Styles does not stay on. He gets knocked off, while Low-key stays on, comes back into the middle. Then Jerry Lynn grabs a pile driver.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what it was,
I was
yeah.
freaking out when I saw him setting that up. I was like,
Yeah.
there's no way this could happen.
Yeah. And Low-key gets pile driven off the ladder.
Yeah.
And then Jerry Lynn climbs back up and wins.
Yeah.
With 9 seconds left in the show.
Yeah.
Lynn is your new champion. Tune in next week for Special X.
Which means I can only assume there wasn't a run-in. I don't know. It ended as soon as he took the title.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recap length, 2 minutes. Match length, 19 minutes and 55 seconds.
What a great match.
And then segment length is 23 minutes and 27 seconds.
What a great match.
Yeah.
You didn't say what I thought was potentially the most dangerous spot, where Low-key was going up on the ladder and Lynn just ran up real quick, set up for a belly-to-belly suplex and just took him down, and Low-key's head was like an inch away from the bottom rope. And I was like, he
yeah,
could
that
have
was pretty
died
close.
right there.
Yikes, that's-
Snapped his neck. Boom. Oh,
There was also
freaked out.
you mentioned like, ooh, why's Low-key got to be so mean? At one point, he does that, where the dude's bent over and just does the kick.
Yeah.
He does that to Jerry Lynn late in the match, and then immediately covers.
Where he kicked him in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went down. I was like, are you all right?
Yeah,
Like,
he was 100% like, oh my god,
he
I'm so
kicked him
fucking sorry.
Right in the face.
Yeah.
It was almost like he went to kick him where he was bent over,
Yup.
but he was on his knees, so his face was a lot closer.
Right.
Yeah. And immediately, like, Low-key covers him, and today's like, oh, he forgets this is a ladder match.
No,
and
he was knocked the loopy for a bit.
That's rough.
yeah. It was, I really enjoyed it. They lost the psychology. I would have liked to see them, go for the belt.
Yeah,
Like, tease that
more spots revolved around that.
Yeah, like, I'm surprised. It was like, it took forever to even make the first attempt.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
I would say half the match at least.
Yeah, more than that. But yeah, obviously the best match of the night.
Yeah,
Didn't have a run in.
finally,
Yeah,
it broke the curse right there.
as far as we know, since they cut off, like, Jerry Lynn pulls down the belt, and we don't even get to see him turn and face the hard cam
No.
for a celebration.
Yeah, the second he pulled it down, the little copyright symbol was there
that's it, we're
already.
done.
And they
See
cut
you next
it,
week.
Yeah.
But not really, not live.
and we'll see. This is what happened after the bell. Someone
Yeah.
ran down, beat him up.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that everything about the match was, except for the loss of psychology a little bit. It was
Yeah.
still great, still a great match, but I'm
Spot fest though.
still getting I'm getting tired of the whole Jerry Lynn hates AJ, he hates Lynn, and then low key, and he's the
Yeah,
champ.
when is that
It's
gonna
like, all
end
right,
finally?
Are we done with this yet? Like,
And I'm afraid that this isn't the blow off. Like, we're not going to be
this
done.
is like the middle. We still have to have like. I mean, low key's been champ. Jerry Lynn has been champ, and AJ Styles has been champ. So
Yeah.
now one of the three have to definitively like, now I'm the champ.
Well, no,
champ."
now there's going to be, I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of shenanigans where none of them are the champ, and then all three of them go in as,
Jarrett will enter the match and win, and then we're like, no, it's vacant now.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Right.
I gotta say though, my favorite spot of the whole match, right before that triple ladder spot, Loki was already up there. AJ stopped him, just giving him a wedgie.
Yeah.
And he was just grabbing him, he was holding him. He wasn't trying to go up there or nothing. He was just holding him there. And I was like, it's working.
Yeah.
Loki looks incapacitated. He's not moving.
You would think that like force him up the ladder,
Yep,
though.
nope. When you get a wedgie, it brings you down.
I don't know. Maybe he was like leaning into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into this.
Hey, Mikey, he likes it.
All right, so bell. Hour and 21 minutes and 33 seconds of this hour, 57-minute and 35-second
I
show.
thought so.
Yeah.
Especially on some of
A
those
lot
tag
of
matches.
wrestling.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a lot of
Yeah,
wrestling
yeah.
on here. Or there's a lot of people trying to wrestle on here.
Pretending to
Yeah.
wrestle, yeah. Giving the illusion of
Yeah.
an idea of what wrestling could be one day, maybe, if we all dreamed hard enough. Yeah, so my show thoughts were that I think maybe, arguably, the opener did way too much and nothing could compare to it.
Yeah. I mean, the ladder match did.
Right, but that
But everything in
this-
the middle was below
Yeah.
it.
at this point, AJ Styles and like that whole X Division 3-way, that is like in its own league. So when you're like, well, here comes the X Division, you're like, you mean here comes a company by itself because these
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
should not be here.
They're trying to build up Monty Brown and Sonny Siaki in that match.
That's
Kinda
not
fell
helping,
flat,
no.
and
No, yeah, all the
the rest of the
storyline-
X Division is not
It-
holding their matches together.
There's no suspense or drama in any of the storylines they're presenting. I mean, actually, there is a lot of suspense because they keep being like, "I'll tell you," and then next week
Yeah.
happens, "I'll tell you why."
Well, this time for realsies, I'll tell you why.
And then, of course, now we get that. No, I listen, man. It's no big deal or nothing. It's just because this lady I like. You're like, that's the thing. Who gives a shit now? You don't even care.
I don't know if you guys noticed. Immediately after that segment with Truth and where the fucking cameraman gets shoved out of the chair, he's then just at ringside taking pictures in the ladder match.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I don't know what that was about, but I have a job to do.
What do you mean? That was our only camera. Get back out there. You cannot take pictures of the main event.
No, that was my twin. It was my twin. He's dead now. Brian Lawler's so strong. I had to replace him. It was an emergency. Yo, yeah. So, like, I mean, why would you make this? They're desperately pulling in every favor they have
Yeah.
to save as much money as they possibly can, which is why it's all champions and sons of friends and indie tag teams who are like, "This is my chance," and you're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, your chance for $50. Good luck." That's it. So again,
There's this amazing, bizarre thing that happens in bad indie wrestling, which, perfectly encapsulates TNA.
sure.
When a company's like, we're struggling, we don't have any money, let's book 900 guys on the show. Yeah, I don't understand it, and everybody does it.
I'd never get it. How much does this semi-famous guy cost? $200? And people have heard of him? Nah. Let's book like a good 7 guys nobody's ever heard of and can't wrestle worth a shit for $20 each.
Yep.
And then I'll
Yeah.
pocket $60 and say the show made money.
As long as they got catering like WCW, that's all that matters.
I have never in my life seen that, and I hope I never see. Like as nice as it might have been, I hope I never see that again at an indie show. Can't pay your wrestlers. No, we got a whole sub back there.
We got 2!
Isn't that great? Look at all that free, open, uncovered food in this COVID era. How do you pick it up with your hands? Just pick it up with your hands. If you don't like it, put it back with your hands.
And there's some uncovered potato salad right next to
Yeah,
it.
that's great. Yeah. Here's a bowl of fruit. No, I don't need to use a spoon. I just want one grape. Oh, but not that grape. Also, there's that pineapple's covering the grape I want. Just knock it away. You guys have a bathroom here? No, I'll just go in my car. All right, yeah. So next week, you can't really guess the card because it's a clip show with interviews. Real quick, guess who the interviews are with.
All the guys
Lynn.
on this show.
Yep, that was it. Yeah, the entire X division, anyone they could get. What are you doing? Nothing. Stand there. I know we're outside and it's nighttime. Just stand there.
Yo. We got kicked out of the building. We're past our allotted time, so we'll just film outside.
Like 100%. It really looks
Oh
like they
my
film
God.
like in like the baseball field next door.
What the hell?
Some of them, not all of them, just some of them.
But yeah, they had until the allotted time that they paid rent for.
Oh yeah, like it's like Tanay is sitting in a chair with like a black backdrop behind him, and then the wrestlers are like on some bleachers somewhere, like in the building somewhere. And then like later on, it's like low key, and like AJ Styles they are clearly like in a poorly lit baseball field, like the red lights coming from like street lights. Like it's just like, oh my god. But yeah, the week after that, it's the tag team gauntlet for the gold, which it's basically a tag team Royal Rumble, and then the last two people in have their partners come back, and they have an actual tag match for the titles. What do you think else might happen on there? Do you have any guess about what they can do? Like I guess.
Brian Lawler versus Truth.
Yeah,
We're gonna get it.
he gave that away. That's gonna happen.
Jeff Jarrett's going to be involved in more than 50% of the segments.
Yeah, do you think he might finally end things with the Armstrongs?
Anyone?
Well,
he's
to be-
involved
you
in
can't-
7 feuds.
Well, he has to really start some feuds that he's
Yeah.
involved in before he can end them. Like, at least he's at the point with this, he can end it.
Hopefully, like we get the blow off to the thing with the Armstrongs. We unmask the mass bullet.
Whichever Steve or Bill or
Yeah.
Brian, whichever one of them it is.
It's Brad.
No, it's another one.
Tad.
I thought it was Brad.
It may have been that week, but I think this week it's Steve or something like that.
There's no Steve Armstrong.
Then Stan Arms.
He went to the moon.
It's something with Yeah, it was something with an S. Something like
Sad Armstrong.
that. Yeah.
Sleepy and dopey. It's the 7 Armstrongs.
I'll pay to see that. If Bullet Bob comes out with 7 small Armstrongs, brother, sign me up.
All right, yeah. So hopefully we'll see that.
They're always giving Cowboy Billy Watson or whatever his name is trouble.
Oh, Billy, what's his name?
You darn Armstrongs! I want this.
Yeah. I hope we'll see the return of Father James Mitchell. That's
Yeah,
the
I
only
mean,
thing
yeah,
hope for,
his
really.
disciples were there. He just had the night off.
Like, let him do a thing, yeah. All right, so maybe that's what's gonna happen. It's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
I accidentally saw some of the next show and could not believe some of the names that were on that show.
Oh,
like
really?
Justin, I was like, really? Okay, you have money and you're just gonna set it on fire like that. Like,
You found a new investor and you were gonna bring them down too.
like, yo, if on his deathbed Jeff Jarrett goes, I have a secret. I hate corporate America, and I've been conducting espionage from the inside by making them invest poorly through all these years. Yo, I believe it. I believe it. It was an inside
I
job.
can see it all right now.
Yo, all right. So, give us the likes and all those, whatever it is. I forget.
Do it.
Give us a bunch of your tokens.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're worth nothing. Give it to us.
Yeah.
Just go to your bank and write them over into our name. They won't believe it.
Send us your NFTs.
in the mail.
Yeah.
So, intro music following Up Your Love by Killed Paris. For Brother Scholar and J Delta, I'm Jimmy Time. Please remember that without the mistakes of others, we'd be forced to endure the pain of failure ourselves. Y'all support the arts. The preceding recording is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed in this podcast do not necessarily represent the views of Why Would You Make This, its owners, employees, or associates.